Okay, now in this demo, what we're going to look at is a popular vendor, Cisco, and see what we can find in a keyword search for Cisco vulnerabilities. Because remember, most of your devices, a lot of people will run Cisco. So that's a real popular one to run. So let's see what we have there. And here we go. We got some Cisco mediums here. Nothing too bad. Hey, ASA. This is the actual firewall, the adaptive security appliance of Cisco, and it has a vulnerability. Remember when we said actual devices have vulnerabilities too. It's software. And that's what we're showing here. How about a cross-site scripting vulnerability, which is in web application hacking we'll discuss later. There it is. Okay? Some more Cisco vulnerabilities. And all these are pretty recent. 2013, mediums. You get the idea. So what we want to show you is all devices will have potential to have vulnerabilities. So when that device has a vulnerability, in our red teaming, we can potentially attack that device itself. Not always successful, as these are medium. They're not really that high. They're denial of service in most cases and stuff like that. So that's how we find vulnerabilities with Cisco. Well, what about exploits? Well, let's click on exploit and just see if there's any Cisco exploits listed. Don't know. We'll do a search and find out. This is how we do. Oh, we got a few. Okay, well, there's some pretty new ones. Oh, isn't that interesting? We saw a Cisco ASA vulnerability, and look what we see here in Exploit DB, a Cisco ASA exploit. So that's usually what happens. As soon as the vulnerability comes out, somebody codes and writes that exploit for it. So in our organizations, we don't have to sit there and write all these exploits. In most cases, red teaming, we're not going to do that. In most cases, we're going to go here, get the exploit, download it. It's potentially in Metasploit or one of the other exploit frameworks. If not, we'll actually read how the exploit works. So let's do that. Let's click on the exploit itself. And there it is. Here's the code. It's in Python. And as you go through, it shows exactly how it sets up and how it's been resolved, and if we can actually attack the device or not, if it's not patched. And that's how we would look for vulnerability against devices. Cisco is very popular. We picked on Cisco here. Let's pick on somebody else. We'll pick on one more. Let's pick on my next favorite, people, Checkpoint. Yep, there's some Checkpoint vulnerabilities, not as many as Cisco, but it scares me when I see a vulnerability in a firewall. And there we go, Checkpoint's got some firewall vulnerabilities, stuff like that. Remember, it's software. All software that's on devices can have vulnerabilities, and potentially those vulnerabilities will have exploits. And again, most vulnerabilities that come out to the public, you come here to Exploit DB and you'll find them, and there's other sites as well. And this concludes the demonstration of how to find vulnerabilities in internet searches.